Welcome into our nation's capital. Still a frozen iceplex, but we're taking things indoors for some G League basketball as the Go-Go finish up their homestand against the Birmingham Squadron here in Care First Arena. Tonight's countdown to tip-off is presented by MedStar Health as Kadari Richmond getting set to lead the show against the former DeMatha Catholic product Hunter Dickinson for a 5-15 Squadron team. Brian Albin and D-Line, I'm with you here on this Saturday night. It's a Capital City Sips night here in Care First Arena, and we're excited to be back here after a thriller yesterday. The Go-Go getting by the South Bay Lakers because of Skal Labissiere.
Oh, he's 10 years in the making of his pro career, and I think you can make the argument that he's playing his best basketball of that time. His basketball yesterday was outstanding. 26 of his career high 34 came in the second half, and he scored in a variety of ways. In transition, posting people up, and of course, taking his game outside where he tied his career high, making 6 threes. He's been absolutely outstanding. You see his final numbers, 34 on 13 of 18 shooting.
And of late, Skal Labissiere has been doing it on this level as well as at the NBA level. His 20.1 points per game lead the Go-Go in the regular season. But how about February 1st when he had 13 points in a Wizards win over the Sacramento Kings, 9 of those points coming in the fourth quarter. And then since coming back to the Go-Go, he's been setting season high after season high.
Brian, I had seen on social media after he had those 13 points that it had been 2,229 days since he had posted double figures in an NBA game before. Good for him.
Skal Labissiere going to lead this Go-Go squad that's a little bit short-handed today. They're going to have just 8 players available. Cody Topper calling them the Go-Go 8.
Well, they'll actually have 9 because they do have a new guy with them, Micah.
Micah Parrish, acquired out of the G League player pool, had played with the Sioux Falls Sky Force earlier in the year as Hunter Dickinson wins the opening tap, and quickly to the rim, it's DJ Carton for the first bucket of the game.
Well, that's a quick bucket for a team that really does struggle offensively.
Only 103 points per game for this Birmingham squad. And at 5-15, down at the bottom of the Eastern Conference. Richmond's got to put it up halfway down, but pops out. As we take a look now at your Go-Go starting lineup, Josh Aduro able to slam it home down low. The backcourt's going to be Kadari Richmond, Damari Monsanto, and Alondis Williams in the front court. The reliable duo of Leaky Black and Skal Labissiere. Labissiere going to put it up over the top of Dickinson, too strong, and Aduro, who started his college career at George Mason, grabs the board. In the backcourt for the Squadron, it's going to be DJ Carton, Trey Alexander, and Jaden Springer. In the front court, Aduro and Dickinson.
Monsanto almost had that.
Looks like Aduro might have gotten away with a wraparound arm, but he loses the ball out of play as Richmond got the swipe. Your officials for today, Austin Spiker, Jafar Kinsey, and Klaji Mullah. Quick start here for the Squadron. As we mentioned, they are 30th in the G League in offensive rating, 29th in net rating, as Monsanto, never shy, step back 3 is off the mark. Carton gets back to his left hand for 2 more.
Well, right now they've been able to get to the rim fairly easily against a Go-Go defense that was outstanding yesterday.
Richmond going to get fouled by Springer out on the perimeter. Jaden Springer, a former first-round pick back in 2021, 28th overall to Philadelphia. Cody Toppert in his 3rd season at the helm for the Go-Go. has led Cap City to the postseason in each of his first 2 years. Trying to do it again is coming into the day. The Go-Go at 10-7 are in 6th in the Eastern Conference. The top 8 teams will make the postseason. Richmond trying to get downhill, can't finish, but a foul going to be called on Trey Alexander. So Kadari Richmond will take a trip to the line. He'll shoot 1 for 2 points. Birmingham, coached by Joe Barrer. It's his first season at the helm for Birmingham. The Squadron, the New Orleans Pelicans affiliate in the G League. And Richmond, with the free throw, has the first 2 points of the day for Cap City as Aduro goes reverse.
Squadron have a lot of energy to them to start this.
Go-Go team that has to make the adjustment. No Keyshawn Gilbert. He was signed to a 10-day contract by the Wizards. Played with them in Brooklyn earlier today as Labissiere able to hit the fadeaway in the mid-range. But we've seen this Go-Go team in the past couple weeks, you know, start with Sharif Cooper at the point guard, start with Keyshawn Gilbert at the point guard. They're both with the Wizards now, so Kadari Richmond now has to lead the show.
And as Cody pointed out, back in the tip-off tournament, Kadari was the starting point guard.
Off the turnover, wow. Monsanto hits the 3. The Alondas Williams steal started it. Monsanto finishes it.
Yesterday, Capital City ended up making 15 threes, 1 shy of their season average.
Soft touch from DJ Carton off the spin move. And so the Squadron yet to miss a field goal. They are a perfect 5 of 5 to start, but we're tied as Alondas Williams connects from distance. Go-Go second in the G League at over 15 made threes per game. The Squadron second to last in the G League in terms of three-pointers allowed, but Carton getting to the paint. The Squadron also allow over 15 threes per game, so you have to imagine Go-Go going to be hoping to capitalize from 3 today.
And yesterday, their three-point attempts were 33. Cody likes that number to be up over 40.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Monsanto's got to go. And he's not going to get it off in time. Nice finish in the mid-range, but a little too late. It's time now to check out these Caesars bold predictions for tonight's game. What you got for us, Steve?
Well, yesterday their defense was the catalyst for their victory, which they won by 1. So we've mentioned how the Squadron averaged just 103. I say keep them to under 100 here, and then duplicate the defense that had happened yesterday. And then Kadari Richmond is the starting point guard. You see him now taking a break, but couldn't he go out and get 16 and 6 assists, some of which would have been Keyshawn Gilbert yesterday, who had 22.
Losing the handle on the baseline was Johnny O'Neal. So that's already the 4th turnover for Birmingham.
Yeah, they average 18, dead last.
A trend repeating itself so far today for the Squadron as Leaky Black has the size and fades away on Carton, rattles out no good. Nolan Hickman into the game for the Go-Go for Kadari Richmond. It's Black trying to pester out high on Springer. The dump inside, and Aduro, a nice finish.
I mean, right now, all 14 of Birmingham's points are in the paint.
Squadron like to play those 2 bigs early, as Williams going to get a trip to the free throw line as he was fouled there. We're going to have our first timeout of the day with the Squadron out to the early 4-point lead in Care First Arena. back here in Care First Arena. We mentioned earlier Keyshawn Gilbert signing a 10-day contract with the Wizards, which means the Wizards, the Go-Go acquired Micah Parrish from the available player pool, and the third member of our team, Bijan Todd, has more on Parrish.
Yeah, Brian, there's a new face on the Go-Go bench as of today. Capital City just signed Micah Parrish from the G League available players pool. Now here's what you need to know about Parrish. He's a 24-year-old 6'6" wing out of Ohio State, played 6 games with the Sioux Falls Skyforce earlier this season, and is a steal machine. He prides himself on the defensive end and on being a prototypical 3-and-D wing, or a Swiss Army knife, as Cody Toppert told us pregame. Take this for example. Last year as a Buckeye, he became the only active college player in the nation with 1,500 career points, 750 rebounds, 200 threes, and 200 steals. Now keep in mind, the Go-Go are 11th in the G League in steals and 28th in three-point percentage. So Parrish's arrival should give them a huge boost on both sides of the ball, guys.
Some of that toughness that Bijan was talking about, acquired from San Diego State, where he spent some of his college career playing for Brian Dutcher, and the Aztecs always get after it defensively as well.
And yesterday, when I said defense was the catalyst for the Go-Go win, they had 13 steals in that game.
Aduro again able to finish in the paint. Squadron haven't missed. They are a perfect 8 of 8 from the floor. 8 points apiece for Aduro and DJ Carton. Black has time to fire, comes up short. A.K. Gack into the game for the first time, trying to get the rebound, but Aduro able to pull it down. Once again, Aduro started his college career at George Mason, finished it up at Providence, as Springer trying to take it in on Monsanto. First miss of the day, comes back to the Squadron, and Keon Brooks Jr. going to draw the foul. It's going to be on Leaky Black.
Well, Chris Mantis is coming in now. I thought the bench yesterday was also a huge factor. Hickman was great, 5 of 7 from the floor. Gack only took 2 shots, but made them both. And Mantis had a couple of made threes as well.
First 3 of the game for the Squadron, well off the mark from Carton. Williams, nice pick and roll, but the pass too hot to handle for Gack.
Gack has good hands, so that had to have a little too much oomph on it.
Second turnover for Cap City early on here. Springer trying to turn the corner, reverses course, but Aduro wasn't ready for the dump down.
Well, you saw Springer immediately go, my bad, my bad. He had a nice mid-range shot that he should have taken.
Bit of a zone look here from the Squadron. Williams going to put it up, too strong. Long rebound, and Springer has numbers. Had 2 to his left, instead sends it out to Brooks, who misses the 3. Rebound tapped out by Springer. Brooks blocked from behind by Williams. Still 7 to shoot. Springer puts it up. Too strong, and the weak side board to Black. Gack trying to swivel into the paint. He's going to draw contact. It's going to be the 4th team foul on the Squadron here in this first quarter as Alondis Williams. Some nice help side defense.
Yeah, from behind. So he gets beat, but then he times it perfectly. And he didn't climb the back, right? He goes straight up for that one.
Quick start to the game for Alondis Williams. Williams throws the skip pass. Hickman from the corner puts in a 3.
Yeah, picking up where he left off yesterday. Really played super well. He had 13 points. He did have 3 turns, one that was he had to make up for quickly.
And Black able to get a steal. Williams throws it up ahead. Nice catch and finish from Hickman. First lead of the day for the Go-Go inside of 4 minutes in this first quarter. High ball pressure from the Go-Go, disrupting the handoff action. Trey Alexander, the fadeaway, in and out, no good. Dickinson just towering over Mantis and finishing for 2.
Yeah, that was the fourth offensive rebound for the squadron.
Mantis popped open for 3, but couldn't get his first shot of the day to go down. Trey Alexander once again on the ball. The leading scorer for the squadron in the regular season. Over 22 points per game. Dickinson, the skip pass, the 3.
That was great help defense from Hickman to come take the baseline away from Dickinson.
Nice pump by Mantis, but couldn't hit the 3. Alexander, the board, is Chase Hunter to the free throw line. The Clemson product gives it back off to Alexander, who touches all the iron but can't get it to go. Birmingham has missed its first 5 3-point attempts.
And after starting the game 8 for 8, they've gone 1 for 9.
Hickman couldn't get the step back there. Dickinson wide open. And finally, the squadron have their first 3 of the game. The DeMatha Catholic product has 5 points, 4 boards early on. Early in the shot clock, Go-Go not going anywhere with it. Down to 8. Hickman on the drive, kicks out. Black for 3. Gack keeps the board alive. Mantis off the bounce. Too strong.
5 of 16 to start this game. I think you'd be grateful that you're only down 4, having shooting 31%.
Trey Alexander right at the free throw line, halfway down again, but wouldn't go. Gack and Dickinson a little feisty on the rebound action. Mantis passed up the 3, and so now Go-Go will reset with 14 to shoot.
Well, Alexander did chase at him when Mantis was in the corner.
And Alondis Williams hitting him with the 2 small as he's getting to the rack. Alondis has a quick 7 and a nice assist in transition to Nolan Hickman as he was throwing it ahead. The Go-Go back within 2 here at Care First Arena. Tonight's Capital City Go-Go game on Monumental Sports Network is presented by Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace for the Capital City Go-Go. Squadron leading the Go-Go 21-19 early on in the first quarter here, and yesterday in the win over South Bay, efficiency was the name of the game for the Go-Go, as they were able to go 50% from the floor, better than 40% from three. When the Go-Go do that this year, 3-0, but so far struggling from the field tonight, Dee.
They are. I mean, 5 of 16 from the floor and 3 of 12 from three-point range, though they have assisted on every field goal they have made. So it's the right kind of basketball they're playing, so hopefully the percentages catch up.
Christian Shoemate into the game for the first time for the Squadron. He catches it at the high post. Nice dump down to Dickinson for 2, and the Squadron easily breaking the zone there. Mantis lines it up. Just can't get it to go early on. Hickman went for the steal, but got tripped up. Shoemate turns the corner on Mantis and finishes for 2, as Mantis looked like he maybe took an arm in an uncomfortable place there.
Something stopped him dead in his tracks for sure.
So the Squadron have built their largest lead here in the final 10 seconds of the quarter. Hickman missed the bunny. Alexander going all the way to the rim for 2 more. And the Go-Go trailing by 8 with 4.1 seconds in this first quarter.
That's a quick couple of buckets for Birmingham because it was 21-19.
Richmond finds Monsanto, gets it off in time, but comes up short. And so the Go-Go only 3 of 14 from 3 in the first quarter, just 30% from the floor. They'll try to heat things up in the second.
Perfect. Welcome back to Care First Arena, everybody. Bijan Todd courtside with you. We're about to begin the second quarter with the Go-Go trailing the Squadron by 8. Now, you Wizards fans watching at home might recognize a familiar face on Birmingham's bench. One of their assistant coaches is Will Bynum, who had a playing career of his own, which lasted over a decade and included a stint here in D.C. He played for the Wizards for 7 games back in 2015, plus 3 more games in the playoffs, where he was actually a solid contributor. You guys remember when Paul Pierce called game with that buzzer beater off the backboard against Atlanta in those 2015 playoffs? Well, on the Wizards' previous possession in that game, Will Bynum sunk 2 free throws to put Washington up by 3. Then fellow future Wizard Mike Muscala drained a 3 on the other end for the Hawks, clearing the runway for Paul Pierce to hit one of the biggest shots in franchise history. So simply put, guys, without Squadron assistant coach and former Wizard Will Bynum, Paul Pierce never would have called game.
And Damari Monsanto calling splash on the three from the top of the key to start the second quarter. Monsanto getting the deflection as well. Shoemate stuck in the paint. Is Micah Parrish in the game for the first time for the Go-Go. And Monsanto doing it all, getting the long rebound. As Bijan was talking about, Will Bynum had 9 points off the bench in that Paul Pierce game. There it is for Chris Mantis. He was looking for it. He's now got his first triple of the day.
I love the 6 degrees of separation that we can always find in stories, right?
Aduro can't get it to go. The rebound kept alive. What a save by Alexander. Finds its way to the corner, but no good for Trey Mitchell. Labissiere trailing for 3. Too strong. Nearly smacked out of play by Shoemate. And Mantis hits another. It's a 9-0 run, all from 3 to start the second quarter.
Well, the fact that the Go-Go have been shooting 21% from 3 at the end of the first quarter, that's not who they are. They shoot 38, and the squadron really don't defend the 3 because they allow the opponents to shoot 38.
Monsanto with the deflection out of play. So he's already got a pair of deflections to go with his 3, and Chris Mantis, a guy who can heat up in a hurry.
And we mentioned now the bench played so well yesterday, the leading 2 being Hickman and Mantis already with 9 points this evening.
Labissiere unable to stop Aduro at the shot clock horn. So Aduro, the first player to double figures, he's got 10. Richmond straight by Mitchell, but a block from Shoemate. Alexander drops it off. Shoemate the hammer. Christian Shoemate, a product of McNeese State in the Southland Conference. Parrish off the pump fake, hangs and scores. Welcome to DC, Micah Parrish.
I was waiting to see because they didn't have him on the stat sheet listed, obviously. I wanted to see if his name was on the jersey, and it is.
Got it ready to go in a hurry as Shoemate used the off-ball to turn the corner and then finishes, plus the foul. You see both Scal and Kadari Richmond saying, watch that off arm.
So the new fella putting it on the floor and kissing it off the glass with his left hand, and then there's nice hang time at the other end for Shoemate, who will try to make it a 3-point play for the squadron.
Shoemate perfect from the floor so far. He's made all 3 of his shots. And he adds a free throw to the mix. So after the Go-Go started the quarter on a 9-0 run to get the lead back, Birmingham answering to go up 4, and Trey Mitchell going to get called for the foul on Richmond there.
Brian, just going back to that last graphic where Shoemate averages 8 points a game, and he's at 7 here with 9 minutes still to play in the first half.
He's been playing well of late. He had 20 points in their loss to the Noblesville Boom last time out. Monsanto, he's got space, and look at the touch from 3 over the top of Aduro. Monsanto has hit 3 of 5.
Well, 2 games ago, the Go-Go had a season-high 21 made threes. Yesterday, the number I mentioned was 15. They're already at 7.
No travel was called as Shoemate took the ball to the ground, and it leads to Carton getting into double figures with a kick-out 3. Hickman off the screen, finds Richmond for 3. Carton has the board.
3 blue jerseys back. That's good. Alexander's going to let it fly.
Comes up short, and Monsanto grabbing the rebound. Richmond nearly losing it on the ambush from Alexander. And they're going to say it's off Kadari.
I'd have to see that. They are not challenging, so Cody seems content with the call.
It's going to be a fresh shot clock here for Birmingham. Trey Alexander, an all Big East performer at Creighton, going to get to the free throw line. So the foul's going to be on Parrish.
Scal looks like he was involved in the play somehow because he's trying to shake off maybe a jammed finger.
Looks like he got a block on the shot to keep it from going in. The foul on Parrish. Alexander and Parrish familiar with one another. It was back in the 2023 Elite Eight where San Diego State with Parrish got by Alexander's Creighton team by a point to go to San Diego State's first Final Four. Richmond trying to find Williams, able to get it off the deflection. Follows his own miss for two.
Well, that's the third offensive rebound. That was a really strong part of yesterday's game for the Go-Go as well. Their defense and their offensive rebounding, which had not been really good of late.
Always taught to follow your shot, and look at that.
That's exactly. And Alondas didn't have a great shooting day yesterday, right? 6 of 19, but he had a couple huge plays down the stretch in the fourth. One defensive and one offensive.
Meanwhile, in this second quarter, Go-Go having a little bit of trouble keeping the squadron off the free throw line. And Carton's going to get 2 more at the stripe. So 13 points to lead all scorers for DJ Carton. And the squadron back up 6. Gack facing up with 10 on the shot clock. Can't finish. Richmond nearly got the tap. And Aduro cleans the glass. Carton got away with a push-off there on the loose ball. Shoemate for 3, puts it in, and the squadron have extended the largest lead of the game to 9.
Third made 3 for them, but how about Shoemate perfect from the floor, 4 of 4, and he's in double figures.
And Leaky Black able to make DJ Carton pay for gambling on the long outlet pass. It's the first 2 of the game for Leaky. Trey Alexander knocks it down in the mid-range. He's up to 6 points. That time, not enough heat on the pick and roll pass from Williams to Gack.
4th turnover for the Go-Go and way too easy for Aduro. And now points in the paint are 32-12 in favor of the visitors.
It's been a dunk party for Aduro early on. Squadron up by 12. Williams gonna put it up from 3. No good. As Aduro can't finish, but he's gonna draw the foul. And so we'll go to break with the squadron with an 11-point lead. 48-37 is Aduro getting to the rim at will. more college basketball on Monumental Sports Network. 2 is on deck tomorrow when Towson's women's basketball tips off against Northeastern. The Tigers take the court looking to add a win and keep pace in CAA play. Watch live tomorrow at 1 p.m. on Monumental Sports Network 2. Brian Albin, D-Line, and Bijan Todd with you here in Care First Arena. Before we went to break, a foul called on A.K. Gack. Cody Toppert and his squad challenging that call now.
Yes, so this is the play. I think the whistle, first of all, it seemed a little late in my opinion, but I think because Oduro ends up on his back is why I think it's a pretty good looking block. He certainly doesn't get him with the body, at least that angle. Let me see if he gets some body here. Gack goes up, and it's actually Oduro who cleared Gack out with his left hand.
The only thing I can see that I wonder about with Gack is, are they going to say that when the contact was initiated, he wasn't quite going vertical, he was moving into the space of Oduro? But I agree with you, that off arm from Oduro seems to be what makes contact first.
So he wants to go straight up. That's pretty vertical to me. And the clear out, but the whistle came when Oduro was on his back, right? But it's his own mislanding. It's not Gack who's forcing him to lose his step when he came down. Up in the clear.
The official still looking at this one at the monitor, so whenever you have a lengthy review, you imagine it's probably close and some legitimate debate going on there. But right now, whether or not this call stands, the Go-Go have to figure out a way to cut off the access to the paint. 32-12 in favor of Birmingham in points in the paint right now.
And you have a team that averages 103 points. They're at 48, and we still have 6+ to play in the second quarter. And the other thing is, the Squadron are shooting 59% from the floor. And here you see numbers for the Squadron. Their last 13 games.
Okay, so it is going to be a successful challenge. They're going to say Gack did go vertical and possession was in control of the Go-Go at the time of the whistle. So it is going to be Go-Go ball when we resume play here.
Jafar Kinsey, the official who came over to explain, he and I and Cody saw the same thing.
There you go. Cody Toppert and D. Lynham, both 1 for 1 on the challenge to start this game. That's why I like to play it, you know. I'm not making a call. I just sort of, I can never be wrong if I don't, you know, assert myself, right?
I think they do keep that stat in the league office of how successful teams are with their challenges.
We'll have to get a hold of that one. That would be a fun one to track down. As Williams trying to shake and bake on Shoemate, finds Gack for the little 10-footer, and A.K. Gack's got his first bucket of the day.
And again, they continue to share the ball well. 10 assists on 14 made field goals.
It's all about this end right now for Cap City. Shoemate going to work on Mantis. Hangs, can't finish, and Gack does a good job to fight for that rebound. And we got an offensive foul as Hickman going to get whistled for using the off arm there. First foul against Hickman. So we'll take a look here.
So Hickman going against Springer, definitely. That's a foul.
Nice little extra theatrics with the head shaking of Springer there. Is Alexander going to hit the 3 plus a foul? Alondis Williams got a piece of him on the closeout. So Trey Alexander starting to cook in this second quarter and a chance at a 4-point play.
Well, they've done a good job, the Squadron, at the line where they have yet to miss.
Shoemate nearly putting back the miss.
You realize I did the broadcast jinx on purpose there.
That's well done. It's well played. That's some home cooking, as they call it. but not home cooking on the roll there as Williams had it halfway down, but it didn't go.
Shoemate has been all over the place. He pulled down that rebound for his fourth.
Looks like he got away with a walk.
100%.
Dickinson powering through Gak, but unable to finish. Mantis makes the extra pass. Hickman off the pump fake. No good, and Carton the board. Birmingham 54% from the floor. Go at just 39%.
Well, for a team that shoots, 45, that's not a horrible number, but they're well above.
Too slow getting out to Jaden Springer. The lead is now 15. Mantis back to Hickman. Gak gonna take it himself. Has it blocked, and Shoemate collects it. Alexander the drive, the kick, and another splash from the corner for DJ Carton. Birmingham on a 9-0 run. Nice fake and score there for Alondas. That ends the 9-0 run and brings the Go-Go back within 16. Dickinson able to save it before it goes over and back. Now he fires up a three. No good, and Gak the board. Approaching 3 minutes in this first half. Go-Go gonna see if they can get it under 10 by halftime. The lob, nice catch by Gak. He has it knocked loose by Springer. It'll stay with the Go-Go as we'll take a timeout. Go-Go will have possession with 11 seconds on the shot clock when we return, trying to start a comeback. Go-Go trailing by 16 as we approach halftime here in Care First Arena. This, of course, the second end of a back-to-back for Cap City after yesterday's 115-114 win over the South Bay Lakers. And Go-Go have had some decent success on the second end of back-to-back so far. Yeah, they have. I mean, obviously a winning record. Their points at 109, but it's the percentages and how high the assists, right? 24 assists per game. And they're on their way to having a good assist number here today. The problem is they just haven't been able to make shots. Go-Go started this homestand last weekend against Wisconsin, losing the front end of a back-to-back, taking the second end. So they proved they could do it just a week ago. But right now, they got some work cut out for them. Trailing by 16, but Monsanto's been hot early on. That one no good. Monsanto the step back. Second time, not the charm. And Black got a deflection on it, so that's going to stay with Birmingham. Yeah, 100%. You know, I was looking at Birmingham because we keep mentioning that they
average 103 points. But imagine this. They had a game where they scored 132, right? It was a win. But then they also had a game where they scored just 73. The gamut is quite large.
Doesn't look like we're going to see 73 tonight from Birmingham, considering where they are now. And Dickinson able to just get that one over the rim as Labissiere was trailing from behind. 34 points in the paint for the squadron and 17 assists on the 24 made field goals as a team, as Labissiere mishandles the pass from Monsanto. Gogo just looking out of sorts. Alexander to the elbow. Short. Gogo can run. Leaky. Nice kick out. The three no good. Black kept the rebound alive, but it comes down to Brooks.
Brian, the other thing is the rebounding is plus 10 for Birmingham also.
Seven on the shot clock. Brooks looked like he hit Hickman in the face with the off arm. There was no call, and Brooks takes it in for two.
I agree with you. He did get away with hitting him in the face.
Williams, soft touch off the Euro, finishes over the top of Springer plus a foul. Alondas Williams really been the only source of consistent offense in this first half.
Yeah, I mean, he's the one shooting 50% from the floor. He's leading them in scoring with his 13, possibly 14. And again, good to see him have a bounce back game shooting-wise after it was a bit of a struggle for him yesterday.
Converts the free throw as well to finish off the three-point play. Just feels like right now Gogo got to figure out how to get a couple stops going into halftime, just to sort of get a feel on that end before the second half starts.
They really do, and it's just been in the blue constantly for Birmingham.
Gogo trying to go zone to cut off some of those looks, but it was Brooks sneaking inside and getting a trip to the free throw line. It's going to be the fifth free throw of this first half for Birmingham. Cap City's taken three on the other end. Brooks able to convert. Keon Brooks Jr. played his collegiate ball between Kentucky and Washington in Seattle. Hickman. And just the pick and roll wasn't there. Dickinson in drop coverage able to swipe it away.
Brian, the other thing is yesterday's game, granted it was at 11 a.m., but it was physical, it was back and forth. You know, it took a lot out of it.
Mishap on the rebound for Cap City leads to an easy flush for Dickinson. He's into double figures now with 11, and it's a new largest lead for the squadron. They're up 21.
Yeah, very different than yesterday's first half where they were tied with the Lakers, 53 all. Right now they're sitting on 44 points.
A comeback's got to start somewhere. Alondas to the rack with authority.
Wow, we'll see that highlight over and over on social media.
Brooks can't hit at the buzzer. Alondas Williams giving the crowd something to cheer about headed into halftime. He had 16 of the Go-Go's 46 first half points, but it's Birmingham leading by 19 as DJ Carton and Hunter Dickinson leading the way. A 19-point lead for the squadron, but Alondas Williams getting up and flexing on the Go-Go as we head to halftime. We've reached halftime here at Care First Arena. The Birmingham Squadron with a 65-46 halftime lead on your Capital City Go-Go. A big part of that first half for the Squadron. Hunter Dickinson doing work down low as he had 11 points and 6 rebounds in that first half on 5 of 7 shooting. And of course, folks around the DMV most familiar with Hunter Dickinson from his time at DeMatha Catholic High School, part of the class of 2020, before he went on to an illustrious career at Michigan and Kansas. And speaking of DeMatha Catholic, that was the site where Basketball Day in the DMV was held back in January. Basketball Day in the DMV.
This is one of the richest areas for high school basketball in the entire country.
It's DMV Day for a reason.
It's game after game after game. These are going to be future stars at the college level as well, and we get a preview.
How about Wizards legend John Wall?
I'm just glad to have the opportunity to be here to talk to y'all, to watch y'all play. As the best player, you got to be the first one in the gym, last one in the gym.
I feel like he got us ready for the game.
Nah, you know, I'm going to watch the girls' game next, too. I like to watch basketball, so I ain't going nowhere.
About the team and the tactics, we are really gearing up to do some damage. Show we are taking every advantage. These are the moves that we have been planning. She might really think that we're from another planet, cause every single battle is just like another challenge. We're burning all the boats, getting ready for the action.
Peck goes up, Peck puts it down.
Ain't nobody's ever gonna come by and just stop this motion.
Here's Chufon with the lob and the slam.
There ain't no way that they can never interrupt it. So just keep on going, keep on going. As I told you, we are locked in, cause we are just locked in, loaded.
You got some busy bees out here defensively. Give me that. We're going the other way with it. Easy money lane.
I'm locked and I'm strapped up. Telling Mr. Kite I don't need backup. It's a suicide mission, put the mask on. Cause I'm getting ready, yeah, you're aiming for the headshot.
Money.
Man amongst boys. You know what I mean? He don't belong in high school right now.
So I will bring back the team, cause loyalty has been part of the dream.
Just like that, it's a one-possession game.
We are never gonna bow down. We are the bringers of truth.
1 second, they got it. Even Eson gets it to go. Chloe Eson is unconscious right now.
Locked and loaded. Ain't nobody's ever gonna come by and just stop this motion.
Kyrie rejected by Ewing.
It's raining threes here inside of DeMatha.
So just keep on going.
This is what it's about. Basketball Day at the DMV.
Cause we are just locked and loaded.
Murphy inbound. Down to Morton.
Morton got it! He hit it with 1 second to go! And the game is over. Josiah Morton wins it for Bethel.
Keep on going. As I told you, we are locked and loaded.
And who knows, maybe, just maybe, we'll see some of those prospects of today here at Care First Arena down the road. Your halftime stats and first half highlights coming up next.
Testing 1 2, testing 1 2 3 1 2 3. Testing. Bijan Todd, Coach Ashton Gibbs. Anything?
Welcome back to Care First Arena. Brian Albin, D-Line, and Bijan Todd with you here. Go-Go trailing by 19 at halftime. Not the way they're hoping to close out the homestand so far. And, you know, in the second quarter, looked like the Go-Go were starting to get a rhythm, especially from the three-point line as we take a look at our first half highlights.
Yeah, absolutely. Chris Mantis and Monsanto both have multiple three-pointers in this first half. They were, as a team, 7 of 24. Chris Mantis was 3 of 6 himself. On the year, he's shooting 39% from behind that arc. Monsanto, who's in today's starting lineup, also 3 of 6 from three-point range. And then for the squadron, Carton was on fire. 6 of 7 from the floor, which included a couple of made threes. He also has 5 assists. He's a big reason that the squadron are shooting 54% from the floor.
And as we take a look at those first half stats, the big number that jumps out to you, the points in the paint, 38-20 in favor of Birmingham, a big reason why they're up 19.
And we kept saying, you know, wow, it's 30-12, you know, and it just kept creeping up there. They have not figured out a way to keep the squadron out of the blue, as Cody likes to say. And if they are going to make a good push at evening this, they'll have to figure that out.
Go-Go will try to do just that in the second half.
Thanks, guys. Coach, the squadron had 38 points in the paint there in the first half. What's going to be the key to keeping them out of the lane in the second?
We talked about physicality.
Thanks, guys. Coach, the squadron had 38 points in the paint there in the first half. What's going to be in the second?
We talked about our physicality. We got to be the first one to hit, especially on the perimeter. We just got to be more physical. We got to want it more energy, and we'll bring that in the third quarter.
A player who just arrived today was Micah Parrish. You're getting your first look at him on the court tonight. What are your impressions of him both on and off the floor?
He's brought us really good energy. He obviously can shoot the ball, really good cutter, and defender. So
Work to be done for the Go-Go in the second half. They trail the squadron by 19 as we get set for the third quarter. And Bijan Todd has an update on what the Go-Go need to do in the second half.
Yeah, Brian, I spoke to Ashton Gibbs, assistant coach of the Go-Go here just at halftime, and I asked him, after 38 points in the paint for the Squadron in the first half, what are you going to do to stop them in the second half? And he said it's going to center around putting a body on guys at the top of the post, guys like Hunter Dickinson, who finished that first half with 11 points. I also asked him, what are your impressions, your first impressions of Micah Parrish, the player who we've talked about earlier in this broadcast, who was just signed from the G League available players pool? He says he brings us great energy. He really likes what he's seen in the less than 24 hours that he's known Parrish, and he's really excited to see what he can bring here in the second half specifically, in addition to going forward in the coming weeks, guys.
Short look there at Micah Parrish in the first half. He made his only field goal attempt, but on the topic of trying to keep the Squadron out of the paint, you know, how much of the responsibility is, like Ashton Gibbs was saying, making those catches tougher and denying it? How much of it's on the ball pressure out on the perimeter?
Right, so it's funny because Cody does kills and chokes, right? So kills are getting 3 consecutive stops. I don't think they had any of them in the first half. And then the choke would be that you meet them at the line of scrimmage, which is half court, and have the shot, you're meeting them to make sure the shot clock is starting later when they get into the front court. And again, that didn't happen. So I would say the point of contact, or, you know, the point where you're defending, has to be greater.
Birmingham came into this game last in the G League in turnovers per game at over 18 a night. Go-Go only forced 5 in the first half, but that's a good way to start the second half. They could use some Leaky Black 3-pointers.
Yeah, Leaky missed his only 2 attempts from 3 in the first half. Starts off great here. You know, he's shooting 49% from 3.
On over 4 attempts per game. Leaky's been lights out for most of the regular season. Nearly forcing the turnover was Richmond, but a nice look-away feed. Springer to Dickinson for 3.
Well, Dickinson's up to 14 points. He comes in averaging 17+, so he's well ahead of his game.
And even though they give up the 3 there, looks like a better defensive set from the Go-Go, at least being a little disruptive.
Right, when I was watching that DMV video and seeing Dickinson in high school, he looks so different now.
It's unbelievable how quickly players grow up. Shot clock violation there, though, on Richmond. I mean, Dickinson, you were seeing those high school photos, and literally a boy at the time, even if he was a 7-footer.
Right.
Definitely looks like a man.
He does now, yes.
Trey Alexander pulls up, elbow extended, no good. Nice job by Williams to crash down for the board.
Yeah, Londas had a really good first half.
And Leaky Black able to force the issue, earn a trip to the free throw line. The foul's going to be on Jaden Springer. That's going to be his 3rd personal. First foul on the Squadron.
Yeah, you see Leaky attacking the paint, which is something Birmingham has been doing since the initial jump ball.
Unfortunately, Black unable to hit the free throw. You'll see the score changed to 67-49. They actually said that Dickinson's 3 out of the corner had a toe on the line. Perhaps that will be checked in the next timeout. As we have a foul on the floor, it's going to go against Scal Labissiere, bodying up against Aduro.
I think it's side out of bounds. They say it was before the shot.
Quiet first half for Scal, coming off a season-high 34 yesterday, only 2 points in the first half.
But 26 of his yesterday came in the second half, so I'm expecting big things.
Carton, too strong on the floater, and Black the board. Should we mark that down as a second half revised bold prediction?
I like that. I would like that.
One thing that's not changing from the first half is Alondas Williams still hot. That's his second 3 of the day. He's got 19. 2-3 zone look here from the Go-Go. Forces the Squadron late into the shot clock. Springer twirling to nowhere. Alexander got to get it up. And they're going to wave it off. The bucket fell, but they say it was after the horn had sounded.
And Birmingham head coach wanted to know, could he challenge, meaning would it be a good challenge? It looks like he is going to do that. Did you think he got it off? It was so
I thought
close.
it was good live, but it's always so tough to tell. But we are going to take a break as New Orleans, or Birmingham, I believe, going to challenge the Bucks.
Yes.
Tonight's Capital City Go-Go game on Monumental Sports Network is presented by MedStar Health. We're proud the Capital City Go-Go continue to trust us as their medical team. How we treat the pros is how we treat you. MedStar Health, it's how we treat people. Before we went to break, a shot clock violation called against Birmingham. We thought perhaps the Squadron were going to challenge. They did not challenge. They just called a timeout. So the Go-Go will have possession coming out of this break. They've already chipped off 4 points from the halftime deficit in just over the first 2 minutes of the half.
And that's the way I like teams that understand you can't get it all back at once. Just start playing your style of basketball better than what got you that huge deficit, which was 19.
Alondis Williams has been leading the charge. Feeds it inside for Labissiere. He's got to save it. Richmond, a little push shot, no good. Dickinson, the board.
Kadari has yet to have a field goal made.
Trying to change things with his defense out on the perimeter. Alexander, the kick out. Tough pass to handle for Aduro. Shot clock at 5. Alexander getting downhill and able to finish as he was buried under the hoop.
Well, he switched from his left hand to his right just in the nick of time.
And Williams able to draw the foul on Brooks on the swipe through. So Alondis Williams going to go to the free throw line.
And he got it to his right hand and scoop shot. So the Squadron continuing to get to the paint.
A little bit more of a challenge getting there right now. Go-Go forcing them deeper into the shot clock,
I was just going to say, that's the one thing, and it's a reflection of they're meeting their men quicker.
And Williams, the first 20-point scorer of the game as he hits the free throw. He's now got 21. So the Go-Go get it right back after that Alexander tough finish. Some full court pressure, nearly forcing a turnover. Alexander into a crowd.
And again, we're single digits on the shot clock at 7 when this whistle was blown.
Williams going to pick up the foul on the floor. So it'll stay with the Squadron. Shot clock resets to 14. It is the second team foul on Cap City in this third quarter. We're seeing Cody Toppert mix up the defenses right now. Too physical down low was Richmond with Aduro.
Well, Aduro had found the paint numerous occasions in that first half when he was 6 of 9 from the floor, 12 points, 4 rebounds. He's been pushed out, or kind of not legally pushed, I should say, no, out of that area.
So we'll do the inbounds again here. Springer off the Dickinson screen, dumps it down to Dickinson, flicks it up, no, and Labissiere the board. Richmond all the way to the cup, finishes with the left hand.
Well, there you go. Now he has a made field goal. Hopefully it serves as momentum for him.
Go-Go picking up their pace and chipping away as Williams the rebound off the Brooks miss. Cross court to Leakey. The double comes, Monsanto's got space. Around and out, no. Alexander getting to that right hand, but can't finish over the top of Black. Richmond and Aduro were tied up on the glass.
Well, we have a kill there because that's 3 consecutive stops for Capital City.
Can they keep chipping away on the offensive end? Richmond lines up a 3. Cash it for Kadari. And the Go-Go back within 10.
So after missing his first 4 field goal attempts of this game, he's made his last 2 and is now 2 of 6 from the floor.
Springer able to elevate over the defense and finish at the free throw line. Jaden Springer now with 5 points on the day. Richmond again able to turn the corner. Dumps it off for Monsanto. Misses the layup. And then a foul from Richmond. It's going to be the 4th team foul against Cap City.
Well, here you see downhill for Kadari. That gets him going. Next time down, he finds himself behind the arc and knocks that down as well. Now the Go-Go have 10 made threes as a group, and Kadari goes to the bench.
And Bijan Todd has more on Kadari Richmond.
Yeah, Brian, funny story about Kadari. We spoke with Cody Topper pregame, and Coach told us that Richmond would get the start at point guard, but Richmond actually wasn't listed as a point guard at all in high school. It took a phone call from the Syracuse coaching staff, where Richmond played his freshman year of college ball, to one of his postgraduate coaches in New Hampshire. They asked him, hey, what do you think this guy is? Is he a combo guard, a true shooting guard, or what? And his postgraduate coach, Jason Smith, told them, trust me, this kid is a point guard. He has some of the best ball handling and playmaking skills I've ever seen. So Jim Boeheim and Syracuse decided to give it a shot, and they employed Richmond as a true point guard during his lone season in upstate New York, and it worked. He quickly became the steadiest point guard on the team that year, and that ended up being one of the most consequential seasons for Kadari Richmond's development. If it weren't for that one phone call to his postgraduate coach, guys, we might never have seen the Go-Go floor general play this kind of role at this level of the game.
And Richmond, of course, a floor general last year for Rick Pitino in St. John's, as the Johnnies won the Big East regular season and tournament titles. But unfortunately for the Go-Go, after a missed free throw, unable to clear the glass, and it leads to Aduro getting right back to the line.
Rebounding is still an issue because they're getting out-rebounded 36-22.
But bringing down Birmingham's field goal percentage as this game goes. They were up near 60 for large stretches of the first half. Squadron now at 50%, but still comfortably in front, up 14 after the make from Aduro. Aduro meets Hickman off the screen. Williams forcing his way downhill and getting to the free throw line. And Alondis Williams, just seemingly whenever he wants to, is strong enough to get to the contact in that painted area.
I mean, this is his 4th free throw attempt in this game, and he's had strong success.
21 points on the night for Alondis Williams, including those 3 free throws you mentioned so far.
You notice I didn't say, I said success.
I'm unafraid of the jinx, though. See, that's the thing.
Yes, I can tell. You can tell I was.
And Monsanto steps in off the press and cashes it from distance.
Well, that's almost like making up for that missed layup he had, and then he had the foul. He was definitely going to let that 3-ball fly.
A 19-point halftime lead, down to just 9 for the Squadron. The Care First Arena crowd chanting defense. As Springer hangs but too strong. Aduro wins the battle for the board, loses the handle, but a foul going to be whistled from behind on Alondes Williams. It's going to be his 4th personal.
Well, here is Monsanto with the steal, and then he just gets to his spot. 11th made 3 for the Go-Go. That actually, you know, that's part of their game that has been okay. 11 of 29, right around their number in terms of percentage in the regular season.
And we're going to get Chris Mantis checking in for Alondes Williams due to that 4th personal foul. It was also the 5th team foul against Cap City. Another missed free throw, but a rebound for O'Neal.
And it's interesting, so Williams has the 4 personal fouls, and he's been your most productive player in terms of scoring and offensive end of the floor. This was similar to what happened to Keyshawn Gilbert yesterday when he picked up a 3rd personal foul in the 1st quarter and had to sit for 15 minutes.
Black couldn't connect from 3 off the pass fake. So a chance for the Squadron to build the lead back up to double figures again, and it's again going to be Aduro going to the free throw line as he was held up as he was trying to roll to the basket. It's going to be Chris Mantis who was called for the foul. So we're going to take a break here as the Go-Go have whittled a 19-point deficit down to 9. Alondes Williams with 23. The Wizards wrap up their weekend back-to-back tomorrow at 2 p.m. in the District against the Miami Heat. 2026 NBA All-Star Rising Stars Alex Sarr, Keyshawn George, and Trey Johnson lead the charge as the All-Star break approaches. Pre-game coverage begins at 1:30 p.m. to get you set for a 2 p.m. tip-off. And one of your newest Washington Wizards in the house tonight, Jaden Hardy, part of the trade earlier this week, acquired from the Dallas Mavericks on Wednesday. And he was recruited by Cody Toppert when Cody Toppert was an assistant for Penny Hardaway at Memphis.
Yes, and Cody said that he changed his dinner plans to be able to be here for this game.
Hopefully that reservation is, you know, still intact, just pushed to a later time.
Exactly.
It's Jaden Hardy, of course, got his start professionally with G League Ignite, so familiar with the G League level as well. Aduro able to cash in the free throw that time. So the Squadron, a pair of misses from the free throw line in this second half, but the Go-Go haven't really made them pay, giving up some offensive rebounds in the process. Hickman lobbed it to Black. He's going to pull it back out. Monsanto fires. Too strong.
Yeah, and that one was challenged.
Second chance here after Gak kept the rebound alive.
Shot clock at 7.
Hickman's got a fire. Too strong, but Gak again. Hickman again. This time it's pure.
And again, they looked like they weren't organized. Unfortunately, they got a couple of offensive rebounds.
Aduro able to take Gak to the rack. Aduro a double-double. He's got 18 and 10. Hickman pick and roll with Black. Nice extra pass, but the block from behind. Monsanto sticks with it.
Yeah, you had said it earlier, Brian. You follow your own myths, and they've gotten 2 buckets by guys doing that.
Go again in a zone look here. We've seen some press, we've seen some man, we've seen some zone.
But look at how far they've pushed the squadron out. Now they're going to get whistled for a foul here.
With only 6 on the shot clock, Chris Mantis gets called for the foul, and so Trey Alexander going to get a chance to get 2 at the free throw line here.
Those are the ones that kill you because you've done such a good job as a group defensively getting that shot clock. I mean, he's at almost to half court, and you had 6 on the clock when that whistle. They weren't going to get a good shot.
Alexander cashes it in. He's now got 13 points on the night, averages over 22 per game in the regular season. Hickman loses it off his foot along the baseline. It's the 9th turnover against Cap City.
Yeah, and a team that turns it over the most in the G League only has 7, Birmingham.
Aduro the Euro, and fouled by Gak. So Aduro going to get to the free throw line for the 4th time today.
Yeah, and then that's another difference between the 2 teams right now. And because a lot of these free throws are worth 2, right now Birmingham is 7 of 10, now about to take their 11. And the Go-Go are 5 of 6.
17 personal fouls against Cap City, just 9 for the Squadron.
Now, I will say, because they have taken 33 threes compared to the Squadron's 19, they are attacking the rim greater.
Williams has been in attack mode. He kicks it out to Black. The dump down, and Gak slams it home.
2:40 to play here in this 3rd quarter. If you could have it at single digits.
Black got away with a foul as he landed on the top of Aduro. Carton misses the kick out, but it's Aduro again.
14th offensive rebound for the Squadron compared to only 7 for Capital City.
It's now 46 points in the paint for Birmingham. Nice feed off the kick out. Hickman no, and Brooks gets higher than Williams for the board. And then a foul at the half-court line on Leaky Black. It's going to be his 2nd, but again, Birmingham in the bonus. And the Squadron getting to the free throw line in this 3rd quarter on fouls, 30, 35 feet from the basket.
And absolutely, you needed your defense to be more aggressive, more physical. We heard that from Beige at halftime after talking to the coaching staff. But now that you're in the bonus, you have to kind of do something to control, because now you're giving them points on the line.
Squadron are just 5 of 15 from the floor in this 3rd quarter, but staying with a nice lead because of that free throw line as Richmond easily gets to the cup. O'Neal off the drive, he answers right back. Better defensive quarter for Cap City, but the fouls in the past 2-3 minutes sort of Disrupting the cause as Williams smokes the layup.
And look at how the squadron now are trying to run good for Scal to be able to get back and keep Birmingham from getting a layup.
O'Neal fires, the rebound comes out to Brooks, who slams it. All that work the Go-Go had done to pull within 8. Deficit's back up to 16.
And at 2:44, you had a chance. It was 10, thinking you could get it single digits going into the 4th.
Richmond hangs in, finishes on the right.
Well, 4 made field goals for Kadari in the 3rd.
Richmond getting caught on a screen, and he's going to get called for the foul. And Springer is going to take a trip to the free throw line. It's going to be the 13th free throw attempt for Birmingham, and we're not even done with 3 quarters.
Well, you heard Cody talking to the officials, pointing out the numbers and the disparity between his foul line and their foul line.
After Springer takes this one, it's going to be 13-6 in terms of attempts. And Springer pays it off. Chance for the Go-Go to play a 2-for-1 game here. Bit of a 1-3-1 look from the squadron. Leads to Mantis popping open for 3.
I like it. His 4th made 3 on 7 attempts, and he's in double figures.
Go-Go need a stop. And Dickinson able to just post up. Hickman down low. Richmond tried to get there for the entry feed, but not in time.
Those points in the paint keep climbing.
Go-Go gonna hold for 1 here. Shot clock off. Richmond into a crowd. It's gonna be a blocking foul on Carton. It's gonna be the 4th team foul. I believe that's the first in the last 2 minutes.
I liked how Kadari put his head down and was not going to be denied.
Correction, it is the 2nd in the last 2, so it is going to be Kadari Richmond going to the free throw line. I believe you said you were looking for 16 and 6 from Kadari today.
Well, his 3rd quarter certainly helped. It was looking bleak when he only had 2 points at halftime, but he's up to 11 and 3 assists.
And just made it 13. 5.8 seconds to defend for the Go-Go. Trey Alexander going to go the length of the court. Step back, tough shot, and a nice defense from Leaky Black to get the miss.
And a good job by Cody to put Leaky Black back in for that final possession. Good defensive job by him.
Go-Go head to the 4th, down by 13. This Monday at 5 p.m., Beyond the Buzzer looks back at the Wizards French Heritage Night. Alex Sarr and Bilal Koulibaly share French foods with teammates, sit down for a one-on-one interview, and bring French fans courtside for a Q&A. Watch it all Monday at 5 p.m. Getting ready to start the fourth quarter here from Care First Arena. Birmingham on top of the Go-Go 93-80. This game wrapping up a 5-game homestand for the Go-Go. It's been a little bit of here, a little bit of there. 2-2 alternating losses and wins. They want to change that up today and have a winning homestand.
Absolutely. We talked to Cody a lot, and he said, you know, we haven't won 3 in a row. We'd like to.
Haven't been able to do it, but in that last huddle, Bijan Todd was listening in.
Yeah, Brian, a really interesting huddle just now between Cody Toppert and the Go-Go because it was all centered around stamina. He told his guys that he wants them to play to the point of exhaustion and then ask to be subbed out of the game. He said, listen, we only got 9 guys dressed, so everyone's going to get a chance to play. He said he wants them to, in these exact words, empty the tank and let me handle the rest. So guys, expect frequent subs and for stamina to be a huge factor here in the fourth quarter.
Labissiere was able to get a block, but Dickinson the cleanup on that last possession. So Squadron back up 15. As Williams' pass deflected into the backcourt, only 2 to shoot. Monsanto's got a fire, and it's too late. So a shot clock violation for the Go-Go, and not the way you want to start the fourth.
No, it is not. We have heard Cody talk about emptying the tank. I think when your rotation, which is really 8, given the fact that Parrish just arrived today, he did play 4 minutes in the first half. But I think when you see a small rotation, that you're mentally saying to yourself, I gotta conserve my energy.
Only 9 to shoot here for Brooks as he goes to work on Richmond. Too strong, and a late whistle comes out against Kadari Richmond for the swipe down on the shot attempt. So Keon Brooks gonna get to the free throw line here.
So we'll take a look at it. I mean, it's close. He does swipe at it.
The bench asked Kadari, did you get him? And he told him, don't challenge. So he must have felt at least some wrist or something on the way through.
I like that, you know, I like when a guy is honest about when he's asked.
2 points for honesty is what they say, but this time the 2 points went the other way.
That's a good point.
Monsanto's open. Needed it.
Well, we highlighted Monsanto and Mantis at halftime for their 3-point shooting, and they continue to deliver from behind the arc, both with 4 made threes.
And the Go-Go gets stops out of this zone. Trey Alexander too easy to the free throw line.
Yeah, that was a good-looking mid-range.
Deflected by Alexander. It'll stay with the Go-Go. 12 to shoot. You always, you know, like you were saying, you can't get it all back at once. What are you trying to do? Get it under 10 with 6 to play?
That'd be nice. The problem is they're trading baskets right now.
Williams all alone, and you don't want to leave him open. He's got 26 to lead all scorers.
Up to 15 made threes, so that's right around their average.
Carton, the kick out. Alexander drives. 5 to shoot. Brooks has got to go. Doesn't touch rim. Kadari throws it ahead to Williams. Takes the hit. Can't finish, but he's going to get an attempt at the free throw line. Cody Toppert asking for a review for a flagrant as he didn't think Shoemate made a play on the ball.
I agree. He threw his whole body at him.
The officials are going to call for both teams to go to their benches. And so Williams potentially going to be the beneficiary of a flagrant foul as we're going to get a review from the officials here. They're going to review for a hostile act. We'll tell you about the result of that review when we return. Go-Go trailing by 13 with 9:35 to play. We're actually going to keep it here in the CFA, as this review is going to be for a hostile act. And again, if there was maybe an arm reaching down for the ball, Shoemate might get the benefit of the doubt.
I think he just throws his whole body into the whole body. Where was a hand going for the ball?
Yeah, there's no play on the ball.
He's just trying to keep him from even getting a shot off.
Considering there's a little bit of force with the shoulder duck in, you would think that...
it was definitely intent to move him, like, out of the way.
You would think that qualifies as the
in my
excessive, unnecessary part of the rule that would maybe upgrade that to a flagrant one.
If Shoemate had made any effort to use his hand as part of this play, okay, I'll do that. But just to throw the body into him, I don't think that's how the letter of that law.
If it is indeed a flagrant foul, you want to talk about a huge opportunity for the Go-Go. We just said a moment ago when they were down 16, maybe can they get it under 10 with 6 minutes to play?
Right.
Flagrant foul, all of a sudden you make a free throw, you score on the ensuing possession, you have it under 10 with more than 9 minutes to play.
And again, I'm not saying that Shoemate was trying to hurt anybody. It's just not a basketball play.
He's trying to prevent a layup.
Yeah.
But you need to reach for the ball.
Right.
Shoulder-to-shoulder contact where you're reaching for the ball, no problem. Got to imagine that Red Storm shirt behind us as these officials are reviewing. Maybe that's for Kadari.
Could be.
Of course, Kadari played at St. John's last year.
Kadari was the one who delivered a great pass to Alondas, like leading him ahead, right? And it was a bounce pass at that.
And it was another sequence where the Go-Go able to get a stop because they forced the squadron late into the shot clock.
They have done that well in the second half. Now, again, in the third, they put them on the line too much. But I do like how they have gotten that shot clock for the squadron to single digits often.
The officials are breaking up their conference now as we wait to get the announcement. And it's going to be upgraded to a flagrant one. So it's going to be 1 for 2 at the line for Alondas Williams, and then the Go-Go will keep possession. So it's the opportunity that the Go-Go really needed. And boy,
it was pretty obvious, I think, from the replay.
And if you're, Christian Shoemate, you got to be thinking to yourself, what did I just do?
Yep.
Could have just made a play for the ball, and we have no problems here.
Yeah, exactly. Well, your team wouldn't be in a situation of giving the Go-Go an extra possession.
Williams now 5 for 5 at the line tonight. Go-Go back within 11 as they have the possession here.
Thought he was going to get another free throw.
When you're making them all, you look for as many as they'll hand you the ball for.
You do get side out of bounds, though.
Alexander knocks it out of play. It'll stay with the Go-Go. Fresh shot clock here. The officials asking for a second to come off of the shot clock.
Sure, because there was a deflection.
They took a second off the game clock. Finally, the shot clock adjusted as well, so we are ready to resume here.
Shoemate took that opportunity while they were adjusting the clock to argue his side of that last play.
Richmond bullies his way to the rim as he discards Carton and finishes with the left, and look at that. Under a 10-point game with 9 to play.
Exactly as they drew it up.
Alexander off the discard, can't finish. Shoemate got a piece of the board, but it comes to Labissiere.
Well, that's as quite a game as I've seen from Labissiere all year. But that rebound was key.
Only 2 points so far.
And that's only 3 field goal attempts.
Richmond kicks it out. Monsanto splashes another. It's a 6-point game. It's a 10-0 run. Timeout, Birmingham. 3:40 to play in the fourth quarter. In the go-go, on a run is Kadari Richmond finding Monsanto. Alondis Williams is going to be a part of the G League's next up game in just over a week, and we've been seeing why today, Dee.
Absolutely. He's leading all scorers with 28 points, 8 of 14 shooting. He's made 3 threes. He's made all 5 of his free throw attempts. He is 2 points off of his regular season high. He had 30 points back on January 15th. And the line in that game was so similar. 8 of 14, 4 of 8 from 3, and 5 of 5 at the foul line.
And even as the go-go were struggling, building a deficit as large as 21 points, he was keeping them at least attached to where this comeback could be possible. 6-point game, under 8.5 to play. Carton, elongated step and soft touch off the floater.
It was almost like for him it was slow motion. Scal did try to get up there and block it, but he had enough arc on it that it fell.
Williams pulls it. Still hot.
New season high.
Alondis Williams has 31 in the go-go, back within 5. Brooks in the high post. Richmond the swipe. Monsanto running with him. That time it's too strong from Damari. Carton all the way to the cup and finishes over the top of Labissiere. Squadron doing just enough to stay in front as Richmond again to the rim.
How about Richmond in this second half? I mean, just aggressive. He is doing exactly what Cody said to his team in that timeout, that empty the tank, and you can tell I bet you he has to come out at some point here because he's giving it everything.
15 second half points for Kadari Richmond, but the defense loses DJ Carton and a big 3 out of the corner. The lead back to 8 as Williams has Labissiere. That time no good. And the rebound tipped away from Aduro. They're going to say simultaneous touching as it went out of play. So we're going to have a jump ball in the center circle.
And I just told you that Kadari was going to need a break. There, Kadari is going to the bench. Hickman coming in. There you see.
Looks like it may have been off Aduro. They're going to move the jump ball spot to the free throw line. So Monsanto's going to jump center with Aduro here. So the advantage definitely with Birmingham. So they're actually going to bring back Kadari Richmond because it was a Richmond who was down low in the simultaneous touching action. So he has to take the jump with Aduro, which means that Hickman will go back to the scores table. Both teams getting aligned here for this jump ball. And Carton's ahead of the pack. And look at the windmill finish from DJ Carton.
Was that Aduro that you think got a hand on it, or was that Kadari?
Aduro won the tip direct. Williams up and under and finishes for 2. Go-Go not going away. Carton off the screen, pulls it back, feeds the post, and a foul on Monsanto tied up with Aduro.
Monsanto, I think he's saying that it is the squadron player that wrapped up his arm, but you see the last play by Alondis Williams that got him to 33 points.
The foul on Monsanto is his first. It's the second team foul. Alexander touches nothing on the 3. Out of play to the Go-Go. .558 to go. Go-Go trailed by as many as 21. They've been back within 5 on a couple occasions here in this fourth quarter.
Nice play by Hickman, Leakey, and now Scout. You know what? When you're struggling with your shot, go ahead, get close to the basket and see it go through the hoop, which he did.
Could that be the ignition for Skal Labissiere? Springer all alone in the corner, and he answers back.
Well, Springer, his three-point shot has gotten better, but he still shoots 33%. A timely first made 3 for him tonight.
A pair of big-time threes from the squadron in this fourth quarter. They've had the answer when the Go-Go start to get the momentum. Hickman touches nothing, out of play to Birmingham with 5:09 to go. And we'll get a timeout from Cody Toppert and the Go-Go, as the Go-Go got to get a stop on the other end to continue the comeback when we return.
The Go-Go chipping away at what once was a 21-point lead. Kadari Richmond, a big part of it here in the second half as we're looking at the Caesars handle of the game. He had 2 points at halftime, not one made field goal, and now he has come back and scored 15 in the second half, 11 of those coming in the third quarter. He's up to 17 points to go with 5 assists.
111-102, still the squadron on top. Over 5 minutes to play. Brian Albin, D. Lynham, Bijan Todd with you on this Saturday night. As Kadari Richmond, also 5 assists to go with those 17 points. Has played some important defense, but he's not going to be on the floor for this defensive set, and the Go-Go needing a stop in the worst way.
Exactly. And like I had predicted, he needed to get a break. You could tell he was getting exhausted, or he looked exhausted.
Gogo showed a little token pressure out of the timeout, but switching back to a man, the pass over the top finds Aduro, as Hickman just couldn't get a hand on it.
And then the help defense came, but Aduro was like one step ahead of it.
This Birmingham team just 1-12 in its last 13 games, but been able to control the paint all night long. 64-38 the edge in points in the paint. But Williams going to give the Go-Go their 40th points in the paint. 35 for Alondas, but can the Go-Go get stops?
Squadron's still shooting above 50%, almost 53.
Aduro backing in on Williams. Williams tried to pull the chair, but to no avail. And Aduro, an easy bucket.
Yeah, he's up to 10 made field goals. He has 26.
Aduro, who rose to prominence at George Mason, happy to be back in the DMV and showing out, but Alondas Williams can't miss.
And he keeps adding to a season high.
It's all going to have to start on this end, and it's going to start with looked like it was going to be a moving screen, but instead the foul's going to be called on Leaky Black for pushing Aduro into Mantis, it would seem. It's the third on Leaky, third on the Go-Go. As we'll get a look at it here. That's a hand in the back, but Aduro was going there on his own.
Absolutely.
Alondas trying to keep Aduro away from the baseline. Swipes it away. Go-Go have numbers. Too far in front of Black. Mantis short on the three. And a foul on the floor going to be called against, it's like Springer.
I think Leaky got in the face, possibly the eye.
Potentially some friendly fire with Alondas Williams, and so we're going to get a timeout from Birmingham here.
So Leaky skied for it, and then actually the ball seemed like it hit both of them in the face.
It looks like he touches the basketball.
He definitely touches the ball, and then he's out of the play.
The secondary question here becomes, if they overturn the foul on Springer, at the time the whistle was blown, does Trey Alexander have imminent possession, or was the whistle blown at a time where the ball was sort of just jockeying around, in which case we jump it up again?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Springer was like, are you kidding me? And I think this is all ball there. Now, the fact that Leaky and Aduro run into each other is a whole different thing. Springer's out of the picture then. Leaky didn't land cleanly.
I would imagine the contact between Black and Aduro would be labeled as just incidental.
Yeah, absolutely.
So then it really, if we both are correct that Springer hit that ball cleanly and the foul's going to be overturned, then we just move on to the question of, is Trey Alexander in possession, in which case the Squadron get the possession, or are we jumping it?
Yeah, I would say jump it. I think Springer's clean, and I think the ball being in no one's possession is what caused the collision between Aduro and Leaky.
And meanwhile, you talk about a night of some missed opportunities from the Go-Go. Off the turnover, they had numbers. Okay, so the explanation is indeed that there was an inadvertent whistle, no foul call. They reversed the foul on Springer, and they say that Alexander was in control of the basketball at the time of the whistle, so it will be Birmingham ball. But as we were saying just before we got the explanation there, Go-Go were running, 4-on-2 the other way. didn't necessarily get spaced out well. The pass leads Leaky Black under the rim. You're thinking maybe you're going to get a layup, cut it to 6. Instead, even though it was a good look for Mantis, it's a 3-point look instead of a layup, and can't get it to go.
Yeah, that was unfortunate because it was a... Now, the pass ahead to Leaky was a little long because maybe Leaky could have just scored a bucket.
And we're going to get a double timeout now as the Go-Go are going to use a timeout here. It's going to allow us to take a look at the Go-Go's upcoming schedule, brought to you by Ticketmaster. The Go-Go going to head out onto the road, take on the Greensboro Swarm back-to-back Wednesday and Thursday to lead them into the All-Star break. They then return to action right back here on the 19th against the Eastern Conference leading Osceola Magic at 7 o'clock. That game can be seen on the Monumental family of networks before they head out to Noblesville to take on the Boom 2 in a row in late February. So 4 of the next 5 on the road makes this win that much more important.
And this particular, there was no timeout, but Birmingham's coaching staff is saying, well, he had his team all huddled up, they took a time.
After the lengthy break, Carton's going to line up a 3, well off the mark. Richmond's got the board. Leads Williams to the rim, and he finishes. 40-point night for Alondis Williams. Go-Go back within 6.
That was his season high a year ago. He had a 40-point, but the year before that, Alondis actually had a 55-point game.
And a killer 3 off the pick and pop for Hunter Dickinson. Stretches the lead back to 9. Black drives all the way. Easy 2.
They're hanging around.
But can they get enough stops? Birmingham back up to 52% from the field. Alexander took the bump and a late whistle, gonna bail him out. They're gonna say it's on the floor against Alondis Williams.
And you saw where Alondis and Chris are talking and saying, all right, good, maybe we keep him off the line this time.
Well, now they've changed it to a shooting foul.
And it's going to be, well, we're at 2:03, so he shoot 1 for 2 points.
The free throw line, such a difference in this game. 15 trips for Birmingham, just 8 for the Go-Go. And Alexander makes it to bring the lead up to 9 once again as we hit the 2-minute mark.
Yeah, the points on the foul line, the differential is 10.
In a 9-point game. Richmond drew contact. Brings out the whistle. It's going to be Carton. And Richmond's going to get to the free throw line in the final 2 minutes. It will be 2 shots here for Kadari Richmond.
Kadari's been here for 2 free throw attempts today. 2 for 2.
Makes the first. Go-Go have done everything you could have asked for offensively in this second half. 23 of 36 as a team in this second half, including hitting 11 of 20 from behind the arc.
Well, how about the fact that we showed numbers of when they shoot better than 50%, better than 40 from 3, which they are doing today, only they're not on the winning side right now.
3-0 on the season so far when they've done that. They've got a minute 45 to try and make it 4-0. Alexander into traffic. Black got the deflection. He's coming the other way, one-on-one with Dickinson. With the left hand, able to finish.
Nice job by Leaky Black, identifying that he was going to be faster, even though the squadron had multiple people back. He was faster than all of them.
Costly turnover, but only the 9th of the day for Birmingham, a team that averages 18 a game on the season. Do they have a couple more in them? Alexander gets a shot up, no good. Labissiere had the inside position.
Yeah, and Alondis needs to get moving.
The spacing awkward in transition. Monsanto backing in, kicks it out. Labissiere hands off to Williams.
Shot clock at 5.
Richmond blocked by Aduro. It hits the end line. A good break for the Go-Go because the Squadron were in position to grab that rebound, and a timeout going to be called by Cody Topper.
Well, here is the turnover, deflection from Leakey to his teammate, gets it right back. He's going against Dickinson. He obviously has an edge athleticism-wise, and he kisses 2 off the glass.
A disjointed possession for the Go-Go after getting a nice stop. Luckily, the block by Aduro hit the baseline, so it keeps it with the Go-Go and still 3 to shoot. So Cody Topper gets to draw a play up in this timeout. Any basket would make it a 1-possession game. The officials calling both teams back out onto the floor. For Cap City, it's going to be Kadari Richmond, Alondis Williams, Tamari Monsanto, Leaky Black, and Scal Labissiere. So the starters on the floor for Cap City. And it's the starters for Birmingham as well, as it's Carton, Springer, Alexander in the backcourt, Dickinson and Aduro in the front court. Richmond will inbound. Tried to set an elevator play for Black. It comes out Labissiere, short, rebounds loose. Williams has it. He hangs, can't finish. Monsanto's tip no. Monsanto another tip no. And a timeout for Aduro in the Squadron. 3 chances for the Go-Go at the front of the rim, but none of them would go.
Wow, and they were good volleyball taps, I would say they are. I cannot believe not one of these goes. First of all, great play by Alondis to get that ball back. Then he goes up, and then 2 tips by Monsanto, and he was trying to keep Aduro behind him.
I'll tell you what, looks like Hunter Dickinson got away with grabbing the net right here.
Yep.
As that ball's being tipped up onto the rim. That easily could have been called a goaltending against Birmingham, but it wasn't whistled. And so the Squadron get away with it. And now they have the possession up by 5 in just under 43 seconds. Is there enough time if you're the Go-Go to play it out defensively on this possession, or do you start playing the foul game?
I think we're going to see them play it defensively on this possession.
Go-Go still have a timeout as well as their reset. So 2 more chances to advance it into the front court. Go-Go showing a full court press look into Dickinson. He's doubled. They got 4 seconds to get it across. Alexander to Dickinson. He's got to throw it ahead, and he gets it to Aduro just in time.
Just in the nick of time.
Got to defend now. Got to play it out with only 9 on the shot clock. Carton to the free throw line. The floater short. Monsanto the board. And a whistle is granted before Monsanto threw it. So it's going to be the reset for the Go-Go. Lucky break there for Cap City as Monsanto was in a hurry. Looked like he was about to turn it over. So 20.1 on the clock. Go-Go still have a timeout remaining. Is it necessary to play for 3 yet?
I don't think on this possession. I mean, if that's what you get out of it.
Into Labissiere. Nearly threw it away. Williams from way downtown, short. The rebound out of play off the Go-Go. So only 11.5 to go, and Birmingham going to call a timeout.
Well, obviously there was miscommunication on that inbounds pass. And he's talking to Monsanto. He's talking to all of them, but clearly there was multiple people that were not doing what they were supposed to do.
At the end of the day, you look back on the first half, Cap City just didn't set a tone defensively. allowed 65 first half points, including 38 in that second quarter. And I think it's fair to say they've emptied the tank in this second quarter, trying to get back into it, but just every time it felt like they were going to get it back to a one-score game, Squadron hit a big shot.
Exactly. Now, we have said this multiple times, that they forced the Squadron to work much harder to get their buckets in the second half. Absolutely. They found themselves in late shot clocks.
Off the timeout, the Squadron elected to advance it to the front court.
But, you know, again, you have two of your starters in single digits, with Leakey having 9 and Labissiere having just 4 points.
Brooks. So
they don't have a timeout.
They didn't have a timeout, but they're allowed to use their reset.
Yeah,
so there's no timeouts left for Birmingham, and no longer a reset either. Nearly throwing it away. Monsanto has to foul Springer in the corner with 9.3.
Well, they trap him in the corner. They get it to Springer. He grabs, not a great pass. And then you see Monsanto with Kadari coming behind. Obviously, Monsanto got a personal foul. Ran 2 seconds off the clock.
Springer 1 of 1 at the line so far. Make it 2 of 2. If he makes the second, that all but does it. So it would make it a 3-score game with 9.3 to go, and Gogo can only advance it one more time. Springer, no good on the second. Rebound for Black and a timeout call. So that keeps the game alive for the Go-Go here. 8.6 to go. You hit a 3, you get a steal.
You hit another 3. And
I think they call that the Reggie Miller.
yes. Good old Madison Square Garden.
As we take a look at our Eastern Conference standings, Go-Go came into the night in 6th at 10-7. A loss here would drop them into that tie for 8th with the Delaware Bluecoats, and it is stacked up tight throughout that Eastern Conference. You have several teams all the way down to 11th, over 500. So it's nice to be in 6th tonight, but all it takes is a 2-game losing streak. You could be on the wrong side of the playoff line. This would make it a tough loss for the Go-Go.
And a tough schedule coming up. Good teams and also road.
2 on the road at Greensboro and 2 on the road with Noblesville in your next 5 games. And the home game in the middle is only the best team in the Eastern Conference right now in the Magic. Into Black, and he's going to get fouled by Alexander with 6.9. So the Squadron not even going to let the Go-Go get a 3-pointer up. Leakey on the day, 9 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, a little bit of everything, as you would always expect.
Yeah, he has filled out his stat sheet.
Important make on the first there for Leakey. We'll see if the plan is to miss the second intentionally, try and
get an O board.
Get a board and a shot up quickly. It's 2 points, just doesn't do you much good on one possession right now. He misses it, but Alexander able to get the rebound. And a foul in the backcourt with 3.9 to go.
And you saw Cody trying to coach Alondas Williams as to when to try to attack the paint. Leakey did a good job of how to miss it.
It's a good miss.
It's not
nice high bounce.
It's not an easy thing to do. People, I mean, we see missed free throws, but not when they're trying. And
so Birmingham lost snap, a tough stretch of play in which they'd only won 1 of 13 games. They're able to do it by cutting their turnovers in half. Normally 18 per game for the squadron, only 9 tonight.
And they shot well above what they do for the season, 51 plus, when they usually shoot 45. And they average 103 points, but when you shoot that high percentage, they did make 9 threes, and they got to the foul line. So all the scoring ways were clicking for Birmingham tonight.
Alexander makes the second. Into Richmond. He'll put it up at the horn. It's no good. And the Go-Go going to take a disappointing loss to the squadron. Cap City drops to 10-8. Birmingham improves to 6-15. 122-116 the final in favor of the squadron.
Yeah, I mean, I love the effort in that second half. I loved how they made adjustments defensively. It doesn't necessarily show in the numbers that I said, shooting 51% for the squadron, but I thought their aggressiveness and their physicality greatly improved in the second half.
Birmingham able to spoil what was an outstanding night from Alondis Williams. He had 40 points to lead all scorers on 13 of 21 shooting, but it just wasn't enough as the Go-Go fall to the squadron 122-116. Thanks to our production team of John Harvey and Kelsey Mazur. For Bijan Todd and D. Lynham, I'm Brian Albin here from Care First Arena. We'll see you back here on February 19th when the Go-Go take on the Magic.
Legacy and impact of historically black colleges and universities and the Now, and Olympus are being presented commemorative basketball in honor of their achievement by Capital City Go-Go General Manager Jonathan Wall and Assistant GM Marshall Fordy. Let's hear it for Scout Springer. A 6'5". One shot for 2 points.